Good morning, children. Today we will study about physical changes and chemical changes. Okay. Physical changes and chemical changes. Okay. See, every day you come across many changes in your surroundings. These changes may involve one or more substances. One or more substances will be involved in any changes which you observe here. For example, your mother may ask you to dissolve sugar in water to make cold drink. So your mother may tell you to prepare cold drink by dissolving sugar in water. Okay. So making a sugar solution is change. What is change? Making a sugar solution is a change. Is a change. Okay. Then similarly, setting curd from milk is a change. Setting curd. Setting curd means obtaining curd from milk. That setting process is called a change. Setting curd from milk is also a change. Sometimes what happens? Milk becomes sour. Just if we keep without boiling, the milk becomes sour. Okay. So this souring of milk is also a type of change. So these changes, see again, stretched rubber band and also represent a change. Suppose you have rubber band, okay, just to stretch it, it is a change. There is a change there, okay. So in this make a list of 10 changes you have noticed around you. What are the changes you have observed around you? You just make a list. That will be your activity you can perform now. Okay. So in this chapter we shall perform some activities and study the nature of these changes. We will try to discuss about activities related to some changes which we observe here, and based on these we have two types of changes I told, physical and chemical changes. Okay. So initially we will study about a physical change. What is a physical change, or why it happens, and what are the changes take place. Okay. So what you do, cut a piece of paper into 4 square. You take one piece of paper. So this piece of paper you cut into 4 pieces. Okay. Again from this piece, each piece you make 4 pieces. Again you can make 4 squares. You can make, from this again you can make 4 squares. Okay, you go on performing this. Lay these papers on the floor so that they acquire the shape of the original of the paper. Just to take all the piece of paper and join once again. So that will, if you join them, the shape of the paper will be as it is. Okay. So obviously you cannot join the pieces back to make original piece, but is there a change in the property of the paper? Suppose originally you cannot make it. Okay. You can't get exactly the same paper which you have teared and made the pieces and joined them. Okay. So this is one activity you did. Again, one more you can take. So cutting the paper. This is one activity. Collect the chalk dust lying on the floor. There will be chalk dust in the classes or in your room. You can take some white powder. Okay. And crush a small piece of chalk into dust. Make dust powder using a piece of chalk. So add a little water. For this you add a little water. Okay. Roll it into the shape of the piece of chalk. Again, what you do? You try to make like chalk piece a roll. Okay. So did you recover chalk from dust? So from dust did you get the chalk? No. Okay. Again, one more you can take. Take some ice in a glass or plate tumbler. You take ice in a tumbler or plate. Okay. And melt it. Where you keep? Keeping in the sun. Okay. So you have the mixture of ice and water. So what happens here? You have ice and water. Slowly complete the ice will melt and convert into water. Now the place tumbler in a freezing mixture. What you do? Freezing mixture means this ice water you take and put in a freezer. Okay. So does the water become solid ice once here? So will this water become ice? Okay. So these activities, one more activity is there. Boil some water in a container. Okay. You take water. Okay. So when you boil the water, so there is a steam. Okay. Then hold an inverted what? Pan. You hold the pan over the steam. Just hold in the inverted pan over the steam at some distance from the boiling water. Just hold above little from the boiling water. Observe the inner surface of the pan. You just observe the inner surface of the pan. Okay. So do you see any droplets of water there? Okay. When you observe there, you see some droplets of water over there. Okay. So one more activity. This you can try in your room. You can go through this. Then here. So what changes you observed here? See 6.3 and 6.4. In activity 6.1 and 2, you saw the paper and a piece of chalk underwent changes in size. So in this, there the size underwent changes. Okay. In activity 6.3, 6.4, water changes its states. In these two states, what happens? Water changes its state. Okay. Means from ice to water, again from water to ice, again ice to water, again ice to water, again water to water. So in activity 6.3, 6.1, what we have observed? Water change its states from solid to liquid or from gas to liquid. Maybe it changed from solid to liquid, ice into water, or in the others it is gas to liquid. Here gas to liquid, steam into, again there is water. Okay. So this changes. So these properties such as shape, what is it? The properties such as shape, size, color and state of substance are called physical properties. Okay. What is that? The physical properties here. Physical properties are the changes which take place in a substance, size, shape, color and state of substance. State of substance. If these changes take place, such a change is called. These are the physical properties. That's why a change in which a substance undergoes a change in its physical properties. A change in which a substance undergoes changes in its physical change, in its physical properties. is called physical change. Is called a physical change. Okay. Then a physical change is generally reversible. What is reversible? A physical change is reversible. Example I gave, what? Cutting of paper into different types of shapes, again joining them, again get the same type of paper. So physical change is reversible. The best example you can get it, change of state. So first water is there. Water, what you do? Or you take ice converts into water, it will melt, and water converts into water vapor. Again water vapor if converts into water. Again water converts into ice when it undergoes solidification or when you keep in the freezer. So again we get ice here, again we get back the same ice. That's why it's called a physical change is reversible. Reversible means from ice you will get the ice only. Only the thing is the change of state will take place here. Okay. So such a type of change is called physical change. Okay. Okay, now we'll discuss about one more change called chemical change. Okay. Chemical change, what change will take place? Okay. So a very nice example is in the physical change what happens, the same object will get it back. Suppose you take paper, tear it and throw it, again you get the paper. Ice, again you boil it, water, you will get water vapor, again you will get the water, again you will get the ice. Okay. So chemical change means what? A change with which you are quite familiar is rusting of iron. The best example for chemical change already which you observed is rusting of iron. Rusting of iron. Suppose you have fixed a new grill for your compound, or you have thrown any iron material in the garden and all. If you observe there after 1 or 2 months, there the rods or metal color will be changed. So that color of iron which was grey earlier, it has become brown color. So this is the best example of chemical change. Okay, that's why if you leave a piece of iron in the open for some time, you take iron, keep it in open for some time, it acquires a film of brown substances. So film of brown, layer of brown substance. So that substance is called rust. So this brown color substance for brown color formation is called rust, and the process is called rusting. Okay. The iron gates or of parks or farmlands. There are iron gates of farmland, farms. Okay. Of farms, or iron benches kept in lawns. Iron benches kept in the lawns or gardens. Okay. Almost every article of iron kept in open air get rusted. Whichever the substance related to iron, if that is iron kept in open, all will get rusted. They become brown in color. At home, you must have seen shovels and spades getting rusted when exposed to the atmosphere. There are some shovels and spades. So these are materials which are kept, which are used for working with garden and all. Shovels and spades, when they are exposed to atmosphere, so they will convert into brown color if they are kept open. Okay. In the kitchen, a wet iron pan. There is a wet iron pan. So that iron pan, that is called tawa, you call tawa, which is often gets rusted if it is in that state for some time. If it is kept open for some time without using it, then it will get rusted, changing its color to brown. Okay, so rust is not iron. Actually, you don't think that rust is not iron. Rust is not iron. It is different from iron on which it gets deposited. It is different from iron. It is not rusted. It is not iron. It is different from iron, which will get deposited. That layer will get deposited. Okay. That's why. Then there is one activity which later it can be performed in a lab if possible. Otherwise, I will give one example. Okay. So there is a metal called magnesium. Metal called magnesium. Okay. So there will be strip like this. Strip will be there. Strips, round strips like this. Okay. There is round strips will be there. Metal, iron strips will be there. Okay. So just you take a piece of it. Okay. So get a small piece of thin strip of ribbon of magnesium. This is called magnesium ribbon. You take a thin strip of magnesium Mg. Okay. Clean its tip with sandpaper. You take sandpaper, clean its tip, and bring the tip. This tip you have to clean with sandpaper and bring this tip near the candle. Okay. It burns with a brilliant white light. So the changes what take place. This magnesium burns with brilliant, means shiny. It will shine a lot. Brilliant white light. So when it is completely burnt, it leaves behind a powdery ash. This completely leaves a white powdery ash. Okay. So does the ash look like magnesium? First it was a strip. Then there is a powder. So this magnesium strip and powdery ash, are they same or different? Just observe here. They are different. Why? So the following reaction, there is a reaction take place here. Magnesium, okay, that is magnesium is Mg. Magnesium will react with oxygen. This is what? And form magnesium oxide. Magnesium oxide. I will write the reaction. Mg is symbol for magnesium. O2 is formula. O2 is symbol for oxygen. It forms MgO, magnesium oxide. That is, this is MgO. This is Mg. Okay. So what happened here? Again, for this also you can try. You take this, collect the ash and mix it with small amount of water. You take the ash, this ash you take and mix with water. Okay. So stir the mixture. Again you stir the mixture and there is a test. You test with red litmus and blue litmus. Okay. Red litmus and blue litmus. What you do here?